A very good morning to everyone. My name is Lavnish and I am a support executive from the Mumbai head office. I once again welcome you all to the webinar, and the topic for today's webinar is Williams percentage R, your key to intraday profits. So we are going to use the Williams percentage R indicator today, and we'll also discuss how you can use it to generate intraday profits and generate buy and sell signals based on the Williams R percentage. Okay, so I'll just turn off my camera now and we'll just focus on the PPT. uh, so I'm sure you are able to view my PPT and my screen. So let's just change the screen. So before starting the webinar, let's just discuss what are the points that we are going to discuss, or are points of discussion for today's webinar. So firstly, for all those who don't know about Williams percent R, what the indicator is, how it is used, and all those things, we are going to discuss what is Williams percentage R, and then moving on, we'll also discuss on how you can interpret the Williams percentage R. So the second point is interpretation of Williams percentage R. Okay, first we'll discuss what is Williams percentage R. Second, we'll discuss interpretation of Williams percentage R, and then on the third point is supporting indicators. Then I'll discuss which are the indicators that I have used in the Williams percentage R strategy for intraday profits. Okay, then we'll just discuss about the strategy. The fourth point for us today would be the strategy, and then at the very end, I'll discuss the technical query, or basically the scanner that we have created to spot the buy and sell opportunities into the markets. Okay, so before moving forward, I'll just put a poll, just to know that who are the people who have used the Williams percentage R indicator, so that I know. So we have activated the poll. You can just answer. So the question for the poll is: have you ever used Williams R percentage in your trading journey? And you have two options: yes or no. Okay. So we'll keep this poll open for the next 1 minute. So I'll just request you all to vote for the poll. So I just know that who my audience is, if they know about the indicator that I'm talking about. And if most of the audience doesn't know about this indicator, then I'll try to cover it in deep. Okay, so we are done with the poll and almost 80% of you have voted. And as I can see, maximum of the people, like almost 90 to 95% of the people have voted no. So like most of you don't know about the Williams R percentage, which is I'm assuming that most of you don't know about the Williams percentage R indicator, or have never used the Williams percentage R indicator. So good to know this that you don't know. So today I'll just share this indicator in detail, and I'll also discuss how you can use this indicator and how it is beneficial for you. So let's just change the slide for once, and then we can discuss what the Williams percentage R indicator is. Okay, so what is Williams percentage R? So it is also known as Williams percentage range. So R here stands for percentage, R stands for range. Okay, so first doubt is clear. Your first doubt is clear that percentage R will be Williams percentage range. Okay, so like stochastic RSI and all the other oscillators, it is also an oscillator. We can see it in the second point here. It is also an oscillator. It oscillates between 0 and -100. Okay, so Williams R, it is an oscillator which oscillates between 0 and -100, and the basis of the calculation, if I tell you, like it just it is calculated using the highest high and lowest low over a specific period. Okay, so the default parameters for Williams percentage R is 14. So what this means here is, in the last 14 bars, it will take the highest high value and the lowest low value, and it will tell you like currently where the price is according to the highest high and the lowest low. So this gives you an opportunity to identify if the price is going down or if the price is going up compared to the last 14 bars. Okay, so this is the Williams percentage R, and like in the fourth point, I have explained how it helps you. So it helps you assess the current closing price position relative to the range. Okay, so as I told you earlier also, ये हमें हेल्प करता है ये जानने में कि क्लोजिंग प्राइस जो था आपका वो रिलेटिव टू जो रेंज है 14 बार्स की रेंज, आपका करंट क्लोजिंग प्राइस किधर ट्रेड कर रहा है. ओके, एंड इस बेसिस पे यू कैन प्रिडिक्ट इफ द प्राइस विल गो अप और इट विल गो डाउन. So it is time for another poll. Like I discussed, it is very similar to RSI and stochastic RSI. So in RSI, we know that the overbought and oversold zone, it is 70-30. These are the ratios we use, or most people also currently they use 60-40 ratio. So in the case of William percentage R, what is the ratio that we use? So we have activated the poll. Uh, like I'm expecting the same response like we received in the last poll. I'm expecting most of the people will vote into this poll. I'm expecting at least 90% of you should vote into this poll. And the question for the poll is, in your opinion, what should be the overbought and oversold zones for William percentage R? And the options which you receive here is -60, -40, -80, -20, and -70, -30. So you can like quickly vote. Like here I can see almost 60% have you have voted. So we'll wait for more 10 to like 10 to 20 seconds so that most of you can vote, and then we'll move forward with the poll. Okay, so we have just closed the poll, and based on that, I can see like there's a mixed response. Like people are confused between -70 and -30, and -80 and -20. We have received mixed responses. So -60 and -40 has received the most less responses. So you're all correct there. -60 and -40 are not the levels that we are using in William percentage R, and if I just want to reveal what are the percentage that we'll be using in the William percentage R, it is -80 and -20. So I can say almost 40 to 50% of you have voted for -80 and -20. So all of these people, you are correct. You have answered you have selected the correct option into the poll. So we'll just move on to the interpretation of the William percentage R, like it is linked to our poll. So here I'll just show you what are the overbought and oversold levels. So in William percentage R, if I just discuss, I have just also attached an photo, like so you can better understand what are the readings that we are expecting in William percentage R. So here in the image we can see, and also I have written above, readings above -20 indicate overbought conditions. Like here we can see that the price has come from -40, -60 levels, and it has directly hit and entered into the overbought zones. So this is our overbought condition. So what basically this would mean is, like the price is in an upward momentum, and if the price enters the -20 range, this would mean that like it is very near to its highest high value. Like in the last 14 bars, it is near to its highest high value. This is the interpretation of this particular value. Like when it is in overbought zone, you can expect it is at its higher high. So this can be a point for a reversal as well. So that is how we are going to use William percentage R. And if I just talk about the oversold levels for William percentage R, okay. So similarly, like similar to the last one image, here also we have attached an image where we can see like the stock price, it is entering into the oversold zone. Okay, so readings below 80 is indicating oversold conditions. So this would mean like if the default conditions we are using for William percentage are that is 14, this would mean that in the last 14 bars, like currently the price is near its lower low. So it is creating a lower low, and here we can directly see that it has hit its lower low and it has come, like we can see there is a bounce up back. So you can expect this also to be a reversal. So if your price is falling down and entering into the oversold zone of your William percentage R, you can expect this zone to be a reversal zone where the price can take support. Okay. Then moving forward, like what are the indicators that we are going to use along with the William percentage are. Okay. So before moving on to the supporting indicator or discussing what are the indicators that we are going to use into this, uh, I'll just cover some doubts. Like if you have any questions, you can just enter into the chat. So I'll just answer them. So we have a question tabs into the webinar. So even if you have any silly question or anything, you can just ask me. So I'll just guide you on how you can add or any other stuff. You can just ask me into the chat section. Okay. So Harsha sir has asked us a question, difference between RSI and this indicator. Okay. Sir, so RSI, this would be like RSI, you will use it for indicating the momentum, right, sir? It indicates your momentum, like if the price is in an upward momentum or if it is in a downward momentum. You use RSI for that reason. But uh, but Williams R, like I discussed earlier also in the first slide itself, it helps you assess where the current price is relative to the range that we have selected. So that's the difference. So the use case for both of these, the RSI and the indicator are and the Williams R indicator, that both of these are very different. Okay, sir, I hope you understood the difference between RSI and William percentage R indicator that we are discussing today. So we all also have another question, which is by Mitesh Vora sir. So Mitesh Vora sir has asked us, does oversold below -80 always mean a reversal will take place? So definitely that is not the case. In case of all the indicators, this is not the case. Like most of the cases, you can expect that that the oversold below -80 would be a reversal, but it can also happen. Like if you have a range in 14 bars, if the zone is broken, then also it would stay in the oversold zone only, and this would not necessarily mean that there will be a reversal. Okay, but in most cases, you can expect that level to be a support for you, and you can expect that a reversal would take place from that particular level. Okay, so I think these are the only questions that I have received as of now, and you don't have any doubts regarding whatever I have covered until now. So I'll just move forward and discuss other topics, cover the other topics that I'm supposed to cover. So before moving forward, just I'll move on to the software and just show it to you how you can plot the William percentage R into your charts. Okay, I'll just open a random chart and we'll plot the William percentage R indicator into our charts. So you just have to go to add study. You can go to William percentage R. This is our indicator in all time frames. Parameter currently we are keeping it default 14 and 10. Overbought is -20 and oversold is -80. And you can just simply add it to here. So this is how the William percentage R indicator would look into the charts. Okay. So this is the indicator. So we'll move forward and I'll just talk about the supporting indicator that we are going to use into this particular query, particular strategy. So this the supporting indicator that we are using here is MFI, which is also the called as money flow index. Okay, so it is another momentum oscillator. So it is similar to the RSI, but the only difference would be like it combines the price and volume data to determine whether money is flowing in or out of a stock. Okay, so money flow index, this is a indicator that is similar to the RSI. The only difference here would be between money flow index and RSI is like RSI informs you about the momentum based just on the price, but your money flow index, it combines the volume and the price together to like indicate the momentum that is entering into a stock or exiting a particular stock. Okay, so you can also say that the money flow index, it is your volume weighted RSI. Okay, just because volume it also like accounts for the volume, that is volume data that is being generated into that particular stock. Okay, so William percentage R would tell us where our price is where our current price is trading depending upon the last 14 bars range, and our money flow index would indicate what the momentum is there into that particular stock. So again, it ranges from 0 to 100, and you have your overbought and oversold zones similar to the RSI, that is above 80 it is overbought and below 20 it is oversold. Okay, so we'll just plot that also into the that also into the software. I'll just show you how you can plot that as well. So you just have to press M, and here you can see the money flow index. It has appeared in front of me. I can select it, plot it in all time frames, and I'll just change the color to white. And I'll just add. So here you can see your money flow index also had been plotted into the chart. So these are the two indicators that we are going to use in this particular strategy, your William percentage R and the money flow index. Okay, so we have done with most of the stuff, that is our supporting indicators, and the I have also covered how you can use the William percentage R to identify reversals. So we'll just directly move on to the strategy, like the intraday strategy that I was going to cover for today. Okay, so for that I'll just go to the software and I'll be able to explain that better. So I'll just open my screen here. We'll go to load screen, and then I have named it William percentage R, and I'll just open it. Okay, so I've just opened the chart in front of me, the screen in front of me. So you can see we have also added another indicator, that is the anchored VWAP, just to add an extra confirmation to our trades. Okay, so this is the William percentage R, this is our money flow index, and this is our anchor VWAP, or you can also say the tick average. Okay, and we are also use the pivots for setting targets into the software. Okay, so in case of in this particular strategy, the time frame that we are going to use is intraday 15 minutes, and our entry point would be on the 9:45 candle only. So these are the two things that we have to keep in mind. The time frame for this strategy is intraday 15 minutes, and we'll only enter into the stocks that we are receiving at the 9:45 time. Okay, I'm sure this particular point is clear. Our time frame is intraday 15 minutes, and our entry point would be after the closing of 9:45 candle. Okay, then other conditions, if we discuss, when will you buy into the intraday stocks? You will buy only when there is a positive crossover in William percentage R. Okay, and then your MFI should be greater than 50, like the momentum should be above 50, and then price should cut anchor VWAP upward. So these are the three conditions that we are looking at, looking for in a stock to buy for intraday basis. Okay, so you should have a positive crossover in Williams percentage R, MFI should be greater than 50, and your price should cut anchored VWAP upward. Okay, so I'll just show you how these conditions look like into the chart. So I'll just open one particular stock for you, and I'll show you how this particular strategy works there. So we can see that in, I can say, delivery. Okay, so this particular condition, I can say it was satisfied here on this particular candle, 9:45 candle. This particular candle, I got this condition satisfied. Okay, my MFI on this particular candle, as you can see, it is above 50. I have got a crossover in the William percentage R, and then along with that, I have also received a closing about the anchor VWAP, right? So after the closing of this particular candle, I enter into the trade, and then on the basis of resistances, I can like book the profit at R4 itself. Okay, so this is the particular setup that we are using into this particular strategy. So if I just show you any other stock, like any recent stock that I would have received into this strategy, like currently I had received yesterday Apollo Tire in this particular strategy, like it was fitting us properly. So I'll just show the Apollo Tire chart to you. Okay, so yesterday we received Apollo Tire in our strategy on the 945. As I said, I got a crossover in my William percentage R. I also got that MFI is above the level of 50, and then I enter on this particular candle. It went sideways for some particular time, but at the end of the day, you can see the targets of R2 were received in this particular stock. So pivot, we are using only pivot levels just for the booking reason. Like the profit booking can be around the pivot levels in this particular strategy for us. Okay, and talking about the stop loss you can place below the 945 candle. So here as well, you can see it has taken a support of that particular candle itself and it has gone upside. Okay, you will exit only when you receive a closing above the level of 520. And if you see here, exactly at the 520 level, we have got a support. Okay, so you have not hit a stop loss into this particular trade, but after that, after taking a support, you can see you have hit the target of R2 almost in Apollo Tire as well. Okay, so I'm sure this particular thing is very clear. Our buying condition in this particular strategy, right? We should get a positive crosser, which would mean that my average for William percentage R should cut my William R upside. Then my money flow index should be above the level of 50, and along with that, my price should cut the tick average upside. These are the only three conditions that we are looking at. If these three conditions get satisfied, I will enter into the trade with stop loss below the low of that particular candle or on my entry candle. Okay, so let's just also check out what would be my condition for selling. Like when will I sell? Okay, so the sell side strategy, it would be a negative crossover in William percentage R. My money flow index should be lesser than 20 and my price should cut anchor wave downward. Okay, so I think this is pretty clear. This is the sell side condition, negative crossover in William percentage R. MFI should be lesser than 20 and price should cut anchor wave downward. So like in the buy conditions, we looked at two of the examples. Similarly, we'll also look at the examples for the sell side, the conditions that were generated in the sell side. Okay, so I'll just open the charts for that as well, where our conditions were satisfied. Like here, in this particular candle, you can see in cams on the 945 candle, I received a negative crossover. My price cut the anchor wave up downwards. My MFI was below 20, and along with that, I also received a negative crossover in the William percentage R. So in this particular candle, I entered with a stop loss on the high of this candle. Okay, so you can see here we received a spike, but our criteria is if we only get a closing above this level, it is only then that we are going to exit from this particular trade. Otherwise, we'll hold this particular trade. So you can see after this candle, like there was a, like you can say there was a battle between the bulls and the bears, but the bears eventually they won and they took the price downward. And you can say the S1 would be our target here. Okay, so we can book these particular profits on the S1 in cams as well. Like if you just look at any other example, I can just show you the chart for Jubilant Food where similar conditions we had received. Okay, so here you can see Jubilant Food on this particular candle. We are on 945 candle. We have received the entry. Our MFI is below 20. Our William percentage R has got a negative crossover. We have received a negative crossover here, and our price is also cutting the anchor VWAP downward. After that, you can see we have received a strong downward momentum in Jubilant Food here as well. Okay. So this is the particular conditions that we are using and the examples that we are setting here and the return that we are generating. So just as soon as we receive a cross and we get a signal, we can directly enter into the trade with stop losses above the 945 candle. Like in the sell side, we'll place a stop losses above the 945 closing candle, right? and we'll exit only when we get a closing above this level. Like in Jubilant Food, let's say if the price would have reversed, so I would have exited only if the price would have gone above 470. Other than that, I would not exit from this particular trade. Okay, so I'm sure you have understood this particular criteria that we are going to use in Jubilant Food, and a like booking you can do on the based on the pivot levels here. Okay, so we'll just discuss the scanner for this particular trade. So I'll just open the scanner, and this scanner will be shared with you as well. Okay, so we'll just open a particular technical query first, and I'll just load my particular strategy into this. I'll click on load, and I have named this William percentage R webinar. So I'll just open, this is our particular strategy that we are going to use. Okay, so I've added all the particular conditions into this. The group that we are selecting here, it would be Nifty 500, or you can, if you are interested in FNO, so you can also select the Nifty FNO's NSE FNO group here. But currently I'll be selecting the Nifty 500 group. Okay, so we have entered two conditions here. We have got the buy condition and then the sell condition here. So I have saved all these conditions here. Like I can just run it on historical, like on the 945 candle, I can run this particular condition. Okay, so this is the particular query. I can just run this. So we'll just change the query offset as of now. So we'll press Control D, so we can just see the data window. On this particular candle we have received. So you can just run it now as well. Like as of today, if you just want to see the results, what I can do is today on the second candle I can check. So I'll just enter the query offset as 1. So on 945, if there were any stocks that we received, like I can check here. So I have received on the sell side, I have received 2 stocks, that is Zydus Life. One is Zydus Life and second is Roop. So you can see 2 strong red candles here. ICICI Prudential I have received here in the sell side, and then buy side I have received maximum stocks. So one thing that you can like add as an extra filter here, you can just observe here in the Nifty, you can just observe at the morning itself that what is the average advanced decline ratio here. So if you see that the Nifty is positive, so we'll look only for the buy side stocks. Okay, so if you see that the advanced decline ratio it is positive, so you will just what you will do is you will enter only the buy side stocks that you are receiving here. And if you are seeing that there is a negative response in your advanced decline ratio, what you will do is you will only enter into the negative stocks, you will only enter into the sell side stocks. Okay, so as of now, like you can see that the advanced decline ratio currently today it was positive, so you would enter only into the buy side stocks. Okay, so this is a particular query that we have created, and we'll make sure that it is uploaded onto the software, so you can also access this particular software and use this query for your generating intraday profits. So this is it for today's particular webinar. This is a strategy that I had to cover. So you all can like just test this particular strategy and just let me know how it works for you. And in case of any queries or doubts or for a demo session, you can contact on the numbers that I have shared with you. Like our support number is 022 3501 8383. And in case you want to contact us on WhatsApp, I have also shared 2 numbers with you. Like for today, you can just contact on 89769 7699 1601. So all your queries would be answered. And in case you want to email us, you can also email us at support@spidersoftwareindia.com.